And let's talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. So, in a couple of days, we'll be getting the second to the last episode of the season, which is the annual LaLaPaRuZa. And Juicy Love Dion, who y'all know was just eliminated from the show, is revealing that y'all about to gag when y'all watch this show. And then you want to know something funny? I was looking back on this and I was like, you know what? I could see why they doing a top three and they wanted to eliminate Juicy in that episode before the LaLaPaRuZa because they want her to perform in the LaLaPaRuZa and see how she goes up against all the girls because they know she is a good performer on stage and she probably take all them girls out. And then they want a rematch of her with Mia Starr. So I think that that's what's probably going to end up happening is that her and Mia Starr going to have another rematch like they did with Super Ugly. Although friends of the show Onyx told me they're gonna be performing to a bunch of RuPaul tracks, and I'm like, why? Is there no budget this time around? In the words of Gia Gunn, because I'm like, why are we using RuPaul's music? Quiet as it's kept. Yeah, RuPaul's music is cute or whatever, but we've seen them do lip syncs to his music. But anyway, so they said the breakout star from season 18 of RuPaul's Drag Race kicked, flipped, and split. She's not the queen of flips though. Um, all the way to the top. That's my Iman LePage. The top four of the cutthroat competition, but was sadly eliminated just before the finale. However, not all hope is lost, as all the eliminated queens will get to compete for a chance to earn $50,000 by winning the highly anticipated LaLaPaRuZa lip sync SmackDown for the crown. Now, Dion's mother, Morphine Love Dion, won the prize in season 16, followed by Susie Toot in season 17. Fun fact, they both wore red wigs when they were crowned. The queen of She Done Already Done had hers. I wish they would have just called it the queen of Ooh Girl, You Got She-Mail, but they had to change that. But funny enough, speaking of Morphine Love Dion. Sidebar, y'all think that little golden tree outfit that Juicy wore last week, you think that was Morphine's outfit and she tried to wear it and pass it off as hers? Because quiet as it's kept, when I looked at that outfit, she was walking around the runway, it looked a little too big on her. It didn't look like it was ill fitted. It looked like you took somebody's outfit out the closet and try to pass it off as something that was specially designed for you. Because you was a little too tiny to be putting that on. And it looked like it was overpowering you in that look. And that's no shade. It's just me observing. So she said, get ready to gag. It's not the usual LaLaPaRuZa. It's giving final boss. Okay, what is this? Mortal Kombat? This is the final battle. There was no bad blood in the air, but there was a superstition with Morphine Love Dion and Susie Toot, since both wore red hair. We may have kept that up. We may have kept up that superstition. This is what she told Out. Now, although fans were disappointed to see Dion get cut right before the top three, many are thrilled that they'll watch the talented queen do what she does best, perform. Dion has wowed audiences with her incredible dance moves all over the world, so the LaLaPaRuZa will definitely serve as her time to shine, especially since season 18 featured a ton of improv and comedy challenges, which looking back on it and watching her, that was not Juicy's thing. And I know people kept saying, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I don't know if Juicy is a pageant girl, but she gives pageant girl vibes, which is she gets up there, she performs. She's not that girl on reality TV that's I'm just going to give you vulnerability mess or whatever. And she did give a little of those moments, but I'm not acting. I'm not doing all these things. I just want to get up there. I want to hit a stage. I'm gonna give y'all flips. I'm gonna give you choreography. I'm gonna give you fierce outfits. I'm gonna give you emoting and performance. And she's a performer, and that's what her strengths are. And I applaud her for that. And if she don't, even though she ain't winning the show, I definitely think that because Juicy is a talented performer, she's gonna go a long way. I would love to see her out there with like a full bunch of backup dancers and put on a routine where she's giving y'all show, even if it's by herself in a fabulous costume. Because I told a friend of mine the other day, I think it was Christopher Richardson. He was at Piranha nightclub and he recorded her up there performing. I think she was doing Total Eclipse of the Heart, had the whole fan blown in the outfit, reenacting the same performance they did on the show, and with the fan. And she's been taken out of the role. Plus, her and Mia been reenacting Super Ugly, which is a moment that was on the show that people tend to gravitate towards. So I don't even know. Do they still have that whole remember when the show would end and they would take the queens on the road and Brandon Voss was actually in charge of the girls and that worked the world. Do they still do that? or is there no budget this time around and they stopped doing the whole work the world thing? Because I know they're mostly focused on with Drag Race. They're mostly focused on the girls doing the Vegas thing, the Drag Race Vegas show, which I have not seen yet. So I know they're probably focusing on that. What I would really love for them to do if they were smart, but don't give me to giving people ideas. Maybe I need to say that for myself. Why don't they bring that RuPaul's Drag Race thing to Broadway? I mean, Channing Tatum's doing that smartly with the oh my god, what is that stripper thing that he did? This the Magic Mike. He bringing Magic Mike to I think at the Copacabana. He's bringing that in the fall. That's coming to New York. So if you could take that from Vegas and bring it to New York and show a bunch of men up there dancing and stripping and all this stuff, why can't they do that with Drag Race? Y'all need to think big. Or is it just me with all the good ideas and I want somebody to give me an opportunity so I can create and host? Put that out in the universe and I do believe it's gonna happen. So let's see if she said anything else. She also said, I think season 18 broke the mold for a traditional drag race season. We did a different Snatch Game and a talent show in the middle of the season. Well, I definitely like what they did with Snatch Game. Although some people bombed bad, I liked the Snatch Game of Love Island. I also liked them doing the whole and that's the tea, that whole situation in the middle of the season because you get to know people and then you can vote based off of the biases. Because remember, at one point they all voted to send Mikey Meeks home, but quiet as it's kept, I think Mikey's gonna win the show. So she gonna have the last laugh. They said they've thrown a lot of curveballs our way in the audience to keep the show exciting. Which, if you think about it, it didn't work because a lot of people feel like this whole season has been a chop. And I think it's not only because the challenges have been lackluster, but they just don't feel like a lot of the queens on this season really popped and made it exciting. I'm not saying there need to be drama where y'all fighting, but it was just the challenges weren't really standing out to me. And it didn't even look like RuPaul was as engaged with a lot of what was going on this season. Quiet as it's kept, I think he likes it being over in the UK more than he does in the US because you girls was bringing it, which is why we have people like Plain Jane going on social media and going on a lot of other drag shows, like interviews and stuff, basically said none of these girls on this season have star quality. If you ain't got star quality, get the fuck out of here. Shout out to Candy Muse. And they said, and then she also went and said, speaking of Plane, we pulled up on Plane. We were all in Chicago at the same time. And I remember seeing this video online. She said, Athena and I grabbed onto Plane and told her to correct that statement. Thank God Plain Jane did as good as she did on RuPaul's Drag Race because I don't think her track record on anything else is going to be that good. So the girls are still out here being a little catty and, just giving a little Venetia blind shade. But I'm definitely, excuse me, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the girls are going to be bringing this week on LaLaPaRuZa. I'm really hoping that's not true with the whole fact that they're going to be lip syncing to RuPaul's Drag Race, RuPaul tracks. Because I'm like, I'm trying to think, what songs out there that RuPaul got out of Bob's? I don't want to be sounding shady, but don't nobody want to hear them RuPaul drop. Like, I want some real, like, come on now. Y'all, MTV is running the damn show. Y'all got access to people music. So we'll see how this whole thing turns out this week and if the girls are going to turn it and burn it. And if Juicy is going to rock red hair to keep the tradition going and if she wins. Because I think that if it boils down to it, it's either going to be her or Mia Starr that ends up winning the LaLaPaRuZa because these are like true performers down boots, as they say. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Are you looking forward to seeing this? To seeing Miss Juicy Love Dion tear, the house down, performing at this coming week's annual LaLaPaRuZa. So, whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.